Comes that one. But Aston finds a good timing, just swings the ball, and good for 3.
Duelo por parte de Fabi, a ver cómo la maneja, lo tienen controlado, lo detectan, le va a poner una y la va a concretar el Fabi.
Here with Coach Zix of 100 Thieves. A little close there at the beginning, but eventually you take Icebox. I want to ask you about that closeness. It was 6-6 at the half. It was, what I saw personally, you can tell me if I'm wrong, is that there was a different 100 Thieves from the first half to the second half. One, would you agree with that? And two, what did you say to them at the half to help them just take it and run with it at the end?
I think it's pretty natural in like high pressure games that we kind of take a cautious approach at the beginning. We definitely started out very cautious, but I will say, I think that Crew's better half by far is defense, so we expected a much harder half on defense and a much easier time on our defense. So once we got to defense, we also just had a lot of confidence and knew that they're not that great with their util, to be honest. They just kind of swing dry a lot of the time, so yeah, we just played around that very, very well and came away with the win.
Well, best luck on map 2.
Interesting insight there that we got from Coach Zix. And I mean, I think one of the conversations that they probably had in the halftime was like, hey guys, wait, Cryo, just go and take them all out. That's part of the plan that worked out.
And you know what, Golden Boy? I was listening to the comms, but I'm not at liberty to say.
Yeah, you're not at liberty to say whether that was the plan.
No strats. No strats revealed.
I mean, but this guy was crushing it. But I think this kind of goes to what we were talking about leading into this match, which was that once those sides flip, once Cryo gets that comfortability with that op on defense, it's going to be really hard to stop them. And we also saw a few times that Crew, they kind of just continuously fit a square block into a circle hole. It just wasn't really working.
No, absolutely not. Cryo played a fantastic game. Always will on the defense with the op. Don't need to reiterate that anymore. I mean, it's just always the case, right? But on the other side for Crew, what's crazy is they actually led this game in first kills, 12-10, and lost in that fashion because 100 Thieves were able to capitalize on so many misplays in their man advantage situations, winning a 2v4, a 2v3.
So many times. And even for Cryo's himself, the way he was able to reposition to get like multi-frags with the op or the outlaw over towards B site in particular. Like, I think if you're a Jet player out there, you want to go watch a game like that and see how he repositions with those types of guns because he was tearing Crew apart with it.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, something that really stuck out to me from what Coach Zix was saying was really just about how this team, Crew, their opponents, kind of just swing them wildly, right? In a lot of those situations there. Let's actually go ahead, though, and hear what Coach Adam has to say in the Crew camp as we get ready for map 2, and we'll talk more about that as we return.
Here with Coach Adam of Crew Visa. We are one map away from making the wrong type of history, Adam, where Crew will not make their first Champions event. And everyone who I've talked to in the team has said, we don't feel pressure, we don't feel the pressure. To be blunt, Adam, why aren't you feeling the pressure right now? You are one map away from elimination.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the team is feeling pressure. I mean, 100 Thieves is a difficult rival, and there are things that we are not supposed to fail on, and when we fail on game, it's easy for them to punish that, and that's what they did. But now we go to our map, and I think that we can have more control over those things in Lotus.
Was the team confident when you went back there?
Yeah, 100% after yesterday's loss. We spoke, and the team understood what we did wrong, and I feel them that they are really hungry for winning today.
Best luck on map 2.
Well, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about map 2. We're going to be taking a trip over to Lotus here. And as we were talking about before, right, this Crew team really needing to find that next level because it feels like at this point you got a lot of teams that are kind of playing around them when it comes to how they manipulate the game. And Crew's, unfortunately, playing right into their hands way too often.
This is one of the best maps, though, in the pool for Crew to take 100 Thieves to. Somehow 100 Thieves got away with not playing Lotus all the way from kickoff until just the end of stage 2, which is crazy because it's one of the most highly played maps in the pool right now. Crew have always been at a pretty solid level on it, and from what we've seen from 100 Thieves in the past couple weeks, It's left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, I think Crew could definitely try to poke some holes in the defense, especially because Crew, I think, thrive on larger maps, so they're able to play less for like hard execs and more to like find timings, activate different lurks on other sides of the map. Lotus is certainly a map where you can play to that type of strength.
Interesting. So you feel like Lotus in this situation could very well play into Crew's hand here, potentially.
It's a better map for Crew, but
map.
I still think it's a 2-0 for 100 Thieves.
From what we've seen with 100 Thieves on attack here, I think they're incredibly readable. It's been a very one-note approach that Crew, from watching their previous games, should be able to take advantage of.
Yeah, so now I guess the question that we're all wondering is, does Crew have enough? Right? Like, yes, they have some slight advantages, but I do kind of want to rest on the fact that these guys, they're nasty aimers. Like, we kind of saw it in that Icebox game. Every time that they were given an opportunity, they thrive in those situations. Just got to find all those other pieces to work together here.
Yeah, I mean, they're definitely strong. They've proven themselves to be strong. The trouble is they have only beaten Cloud9 in Stage 2. Only one singular team. Now facing elimination, not just from playoffs, but for the whole year for them. They have to turn it around, or it's just too late.
And let's not forget, that was a Cloud9 team that's also been in a bit of a flux, a bit of a tumultuous situation as well. So, I mean, why? Do you feel the same way for Crew in this instance?
That it's, I mean, for Crew going into this right now, I think that this is their best shot in the series of winning a map. I'm still worried for Ascent after that. I think that they can take this one, but they need to prove a lot.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. And look, we're not going to sugarcoat it. You get to Ascent, and I think 100 Thieves are sitting pretty with that one. So Crew, they have to figure it out here and now. And no matter what, they need to force that map 3 in order to keep the hope alive to make it to another Champions event. Let's go ahead and send it back over to your casters for map 2 of this elimination matchup. You got Vansili and Rivington.
Thanks again, GB, and they pretty much nailed it here, Riv, on the analyst desk, that when you're looking at the veto and these 3 maps that we're playing, it's a tough one right now for Crew.
Yeah.
There's only really Lotus that's really going to give him a chance to push us to a 3rd map, but the 3rd map is Ascent. Although, when you're looking at the map like Lotus, you had some players pop off in that moment against that C9 game. Even if they lost 11-13, it was still a map that Heat popped off. It was still a map as well where, you know, Zix was mentioning that they like to swing a lot against 100 Thieves, and that's what worked to their advantage, though, when they were playing the retakes on Lotus against C9.
It's when you can swing. And honestly, 100 Thieves didn't seem like they were all that collected on Lotus, too. So this could be a big, big toss-up. As we see the agents coming in right now, we do expect Heat to be on that fade, Keslet back on the Raze, and the rest of the team to filter out as is. So nothing's changing really here for us as we get into the matchup. And we are going to have Crew on defense first. So they'll have to weather the storm of what 100 Thieves wants to bring to the table. Not looking like they have too much crazy stuff, just that Sheriff on Boostio.
And with 100 Thieves on the attack, though, that's where it was a pain point for them against G2.
Was always see, but never any results.
Never working the map really to their favor, and they also had to not only, you know, Bang could be Thanos maybe on Ascent, but they were playing against a Jonah B. Galactus over on the B side on House. They were playing defensive side on G2, and they also did so good to shut down Asuna, not giving a chance here to allow the Star Duelists on this map to really activate for the side of the Thieves, and hopefully that's something that's been identified now for the attack side of 100 Thieves as they started off here with an A side control.
Haunt left and right side. You saw Heat's Haunt come out of B, and that is a heck of a B hold as everything's going towards A here for 100 Thieves so far. They've just skirted around the problem. I think MTA, he knows it's coming because he lost quite a bit of health there.
A great start, though, for 100 Thieves on this read. Weak side towards A. Crew was setting up for a trap play for a fight from the alarm bot on B or a tap on the C site. Now Kazan is swinging out. Somehow Crew get the first blood up towards the staircase, and that's the spike falling down all the way towards the back. So yes, we've entered the site for 100 Thieves. We're so far away. Yeah, indeed. At least the paint shell is going to help a bit, give a chance now for Austin to move forward, but he's moving alone. No support towards the back at tree.
Jeez, they just set up a security system on the spike now. What else?
What else? It's the Sheriff. What else? It's the Sheriff. Boostio getting Timid turn in 2 more in his favor, allowing EU again on a 1 versus 2. It's a high-low on the staircase. He's down to 1 HP. Gonna make it very difficult now. Hit by the paranoia, forced to fall back. And with 18 seconds left, now his hands pretty much pinched here, twisted, forced to move in and out of the smoke, and that's going to be greeted by the crossfire set up by Shy and Melzer. Swings out, there it is. Crew with a good start.
Man, just getting into sight was the problem. I think you nailed it. When the spike went down, that was kind of the crux of the play. Nobody had a chance to reroute through tree fast enough. Nobody was still there to secondary pick it up, so the spike as the caboose seemed to be a problem on that one as the train was headed into sight. Boostio with 3, though. That Sheriff did come up big. Kesnet is rocking his way towards the showstopper, too, after a kill for himself. Looks like they're going to try to nade back here on whatever may be a second-round protocol.
Let's definitely try to smother these players here, trying to take board control like you just mentioned. And look at Boostio after the initial utility. Here is the footstep, the fallback of 3 players. Although, unfortunately for the Thieves, as they were trying to fall back, Melzer got a pick here with the Outlaw. I'm assuming the door opened up for him to get that one as he's holding the tree. All right, he got an orb and a death.
Orb and an orb.
Boostio is able to sneak in towards that B side and get the pick. And he'll give a chance, though, for EU to move in for a plant. And somehow, again, the IGL with the Sheriff is able to drop 2.
4 Sheriff kills to start already.
And damage onto Heat. Heat now forced to throw a haunt to get info. Boostio's trying to find the timing with that swing. Weapon now picked up by Bang. His HP is down to 35, and the smoke is going to make it difficult for him to try to clutch this 1 versus 3.
All right. Crew keeping quite a few alive, too. So that is going to feel good. Going to have this Outlaw for the low armor next round.
No charges.
See how they set up on defense, too, to come into this one, because I think we're going to finally get the 100 Thieves C round. And might just get a C mount fight. Good rotation so far by Crew. Not overexerting anything to get these situations back and really playing behind each other here. I think that's what they were failing to do a little bit towards the end of Iceboxes. Get those rounds. All right, yep, here's the C play from 100 Thieves. And it looks like they are going to get Haunt over the wall. Priority from Crew here, too.
Prowler instead under the smoke. And it's a double smoke, too, for them to pop out of there. And it surprises Kesnet. Duelist down now for Crew. Boostio continue to push forward. And finally, he is able to find something here with the Guardian to trade it back. But this bonus round from Crew that they were trying to take control towards Mount at the start was fully denied by great utility from 100 Thieves.
And that weapon is just out of Mount, so they're not really going to be able to do an excursion to get it. You can see EU protecting it just for now. And make sure they can't come out for this.
Bring them down.
Well, actually, yeah, this Prowler's not getting contact, and really doesn't matter really at this point. EU's anchored up, posted up here, and waiting potentially for the Haunt to come out and throw it, and just to keep really Crew anchored up towards the C side. You already see the scaling up on the other end from 100 Thieves out towards the A side on this minimap.
There you go.
Find you.
Boom.
Called it. Haunt's out. He knows at least one's here, so they're going to be rotated across the map. And even that one at C means that probably don't have 2 on A. They would be rotating or backside sight, so this should be pretty easy for him to take.
Yeah. And in the end, it's definitely easy and open sight now for 100 Thieves to plant and focusing on getting A orbs up onto Austin and getting the showstopper up and ready as soon as possible. And there is that triple push. Weapon upgrades coming out from Crew at least. Guardian, Vandal picked up.
Oh, okay, he heard him.
He's going to hear a lot of them, and he doesn't really have help yet. So the door gets opened up. That's a window of opportunity for EU to get punished, and he will. Shy with the first pick, and with the wall coming up, not given a chance here for 100 Thieves to help his teammates. Help EU to go for a trade. Now forced to fall back inside the site. Paranoia being thrown out. A face-to-face battle won by Bang, and there you go. They stopped the hemorrhaging for that round. Gun round converted for 100 Thieves on the attack.
All right. And it looked like 100 Thieves felt confident in that, right? Moving around the map, even losing one wasn't a problem. They kept pace. It looked like they had the positioning they wanted the whole time. And the EU lead was very nice, inserting him towards that left side. It's not even something we saw the last time they were playing Lotus. 100 Thieves wasn't showing us any fakes. They would go C. They wouldn't even open the door B or touch any of the doors in the map. They were just doing the basic fundamentals. And here, already stretching that a little bit more. And a nice cross-map play there. We get into guns for both teams here in our 4th round. A little less love on that C mound, but it is Crew pushing up on Rubble this time. Melzer gaining a very forward position as they went for that fight. And they're not going to find anything just yet, so expect that rotation now. 3 members for Crew and B, and they're playing a we're prepared to go to either side of the map situation on defense right now.
Looks like it's a setup.
Yeah.
Clearing out towards Rubble with the snake bite. Bustio trying to jump up towards B main. They have a lockdown to work with as well for the attack side of the Thieves. It could have potentially been a lockdown on C, on B at that point. Now it seems to be an execution just to try to clear Rubble. And if they could take control of that, maybe ult towards A. But instead, as they realize the one-way smoke's being thrown out by Melzer, all of them falling back, pulling back, and going for that initial play, the lockdown towards C.
Smokes up for Cryo, gonna be able to get that good in sight. Oh my, Asuna.
Spike down, C.
And they lose 2 players in that fight before they're able to get that lockdown down. Door now being opened up by Heat. Just being sprayed as he falls back. And now the site's been given up because of this lockdown, but this will pin all 3 players of the Thieves inside the C site, and only 2 players will stand with weapons because the other one has the plant. Given a chance now for Crew to move in from the waterfall, trying to pinch in also from the spawn, but as Cryo still holding it towards the waterfall. Only one left, avoiding the paranoia. It's Bustio coming off the plant. Here's the footsteps on the top, there's the dink, but Kestit wall bangs him back. And Crew managed to get a clean retake in round number 4.
So Crew have their focus on C and B, right? They play outside of A on that round. There's quite a few ultimates, too, from 100 Thieves that would push them out of sight, right? Make that fearful to just play in it. But that's exactly what Crew do. Like you said, they're in sight when all these ults or hits are coming in. The lockdown was going down. They were ready to take that fight and throw 100 Thieves off guard. So really, really neat way to play this one towards C. Knowing if it went A, it'd be a retake. But they were ready to just face the fight. And that's the Crew we know. Just getting down and dirty as soon as possible in these rounds so that fight happens. Ult for Kesnet. It looks like they're going to try to use it right off the bat.
Yeah, if any pressure is coming through. So a lot of that util towards Rubble first, so that if there's actually anything going through and anybody trying to come across, at least a showstopper is going to be used towards the doorway. But a quick pivot by 100 Thieves, a quick tempo towards the C side. But all this a ruse to start.
This defensive setup that Crew is doing always leaves 3 and B right after the first protocol of the round. Really leaves it versatile for which way they want to move here. And are they going to choose right, though? 100 Thieves look to play that re-hit game again now on Lotus, where they have 4 towards C and that 1 lurk. And they've opened the door. It finally happened. Just trying to mass with Crew. That's all they need to put a few more things in their mind. And yeah, Crew is very spread thin across the map here, so this should be nice if 100 Thieves try to hit.
Toxin screen down.
You definitely see the cautious play coming out from 100 Thieves. And this might be the engagement right after. When his orb comes down, it's going to have to be Asuna facing against the unknown with the showstopper in. Thankfully, here on that side, there's nobody
30 seconds left.
guarding that site. Satchel's back towards the spawn, head-to-head against Kestit, who runs forward. And now Kestit has his own showstopper, gonna pull it out on his side, and he runs forward!
What is happening?
At least it's traded out. There's the Nightfall out from the waterfall. Lots of contacts coming through on the pulse plan. It's going back and forth, lit up like a Christmas light, and only Cryo and Melzer. Controller versus controller, TPing across the world potentially. No, it's a fake. Inside the smoke, back fence out, Reynolds waiting for Melzer. A bad play coming out, punished by the 100 Thieves.
That was big brain. Thought he could jump through and see it. Maybe he caught a glimpse of it, but actually catches the full clip. Goes down, and 100 Thieves find another round in this already back and forth matchup. Back and forth showstoppers. To be honest, that's absolutely crazy. I don't know if we've ever seen that. At least I haven't. Oh my. And yeah, the jump through, thinking had a moment. The positioning was outside sight. Just everybody's going wild right now. 100 Thieves are vibing just off of that round and what it meant.
I don't know if they're vibing. It feels like Asuna's heart rate was like at 300 there.
Palpitating, maybe the word. The vibes will come. The vibes will come.
Interesting enough, though, you see the control towards the C side of the mountain. The orb's picked up by Arsenal when you had EU ready here with the Nightfall on that side. So they want to leverage, once again, utility to overtake the site. Maybe identifying that crew is going to be on an eco this time around, so they can use guns in their advantage and use the guns to potentially get these orbs. And it works out. I mean, look at these sprays coming out.
Oh my God.
And there's a Nightfall. All right, through the smoke, Kesnet falls. And that's a post plant potentially successful now as the whole roster of 100 Thieves are guarding out the post plant on the C site. A battle about to ensue towards the flank, and it's going to be the last battle in the hands won by Bang. As 100 Thieves get a flawless and now tie up the game on Crew's map pick.
And I'm sure Zix is happy to see that. Having the like you said, these are pressure games, right? We play a little slow to start that. Well, on eco rounds, you better not be slow to those. You got to be confident. You got to go, and especially after just winning the gun round they did. Get in there, start pulling the rug out from under Crew's retake by smoke shots. Why not? Why not? The flawless is there. The econ is now there. As you're seeing, there's low money here on the side of Crew that's going to really start to affect them if they can't get through these rounds. They have some ults to work with, and they continue to pressure this A Rubble side. I think 100 Thieves are just fine to let them have this area, use that initial util, and get back when they can. But this is a different look from Crew as they push a little bit further.
Exactly. With EU, his position, or should I say Bang from his position when he broke that haunt, hurt a lot of util and players moving up towards the rubble, which also calls the 100 Thieves to pivot more towards the C side just to keep those opponents at bay and force potentially Crew to fall back and second guess their positioning here now. As you can see it, Melzer's now holding this area alone, and all of the Thieves are grouped up now together to fight back and potentially regain control of this A site.
Boostio finally gives a nod to front side B here. So whether or not this is conditioning for some rounds to come, you have to wonder as the A Rubble hit comes in.
Well, that Han's going to get shots, so that gives his position away. Tries to TP out. Yeah, got seized with a molly, but at least it's an omen. TP's out and also gets back to safety behind spammable box. But that might be it as soon as this wall comes down. Asuna going for the spray first as the wall drops, and it's won by Melzer and Heat for the support, but it's a trade-off for a 1-for-1. Heat forced to fall back towards Hobbit. The lurk from Boostio, but once again, an immediate trade. Now Nightfall on the attack side does hit Shy. Shy falls back and goes for the lockdown right away, but there's the pivot from 100 Thieves towards the A site at 17 seconds left. Pink shells available for Kesnet that could deny the plant. 100 Thieves have to move quickly now. And there's Cryo winning that one, a huge kill to allow now finally a safe plant for the Thieves.
Shy just jumped into sight.
And he's moving in here towards the spam box. There's that double swing. He gets the one. He isolates that fight. It's tied up on a 2v2, forcing out the pit on the attack. And now EU just holding his ground towards that staircase. Timidatory coming out. MTA winning that fight. The pit comes down. But the Tori doesn't spot him.
So low.
The players are definitely low, but now it's re-healed because of that pit. MTA is still very healthy. EU has no util. MTA with the wide swing for that fight.
Yo. Just waiting for the health to come back, knowing that couldn't come from Shy. He was watching the back angle. It is up to MTA to swing and hitting those shots today. Absolutely wild round for Shy. The speed which Shy dropped back into sight was a huge kill here. Absolutely incredible movement.
Especially there.
Man, yeah, MTA's quick flick and going towards tree to get regain control there. Wild. Wild. That's a little bit of confidence we have not been seeing from Crew. And after 2 rounds, the 100 Thieves Crew take one back in the post plant. 3 ults ready too. And that was the econ round that they could not suffer. They get through it, get those 3,000 credits. Little push out here. We've switched the map completely as we put Melzer on the left side and the rest of the Crew now for this rubble fight. But nothing's gonna come of it just yet.
Definitely a stalemate to start. Orb now picked up by Asuna, 1 away from the showstopper. Continuous, similar scenarios rather, as once again Bang was pressured out towards the A side, but this time around it's not going to be Melzer trying to hold out the orb, hold out the A main. It's actually going to be MTA that does have a snake bite to work with still, so he could delay even more. So once again, 100 Thieves trying to work the map and a push forward from Shy and Heat. Catches Boostio off guard, identifying these lurks and the pressure that Boostio is trying to bring.
They realize he's just toying with him. Wait though, Asuna trying to move faster and recoup on that kill and see if they can get one of their own.
Paranoia is beautiful here just to push the players back from the Nightfall thrown by Heat. You'll take that any day. A little paranoia versus an ult. Now the paint shell's coming down here from heaven. Asta avoids it after going for the plant. And with that has the showstopper, but he's low on HP. Bang with the spray. Showstopper now initiated. Engage and holding it back towards the tree. Just to be the last line of defense and also trying to run that clock down. MTA trying to walk out. Hit by the C's. Also taken down by Cryo. And the last 3 players here, it's going to be difficult now for Crew rather. To retake this A site. It comes down potentially on this pinch towards the staircase as well. There's the high-low. Melzer makes it work. Advantage back for 100 Thieves as there's only 1 player left. It's going to be Heat at low HP in the back of the site. The swing from the side avoids the shots, breaks the haunt. And Asna's just going to run the clock down. It's all in favor of the Thieves. Heat trying to fall back to save. Might be too late. The round will go for the Thieves. No matter what. He escaped. He escaped. At least there's that. At least there's that.
He gets away with it. Oh, 100 Thieves right back to A. Even with the majority of the members of Crew there to start it, right? That's one of the rounds where it was only Melzer at C and the rest of Crew is A. 100 Thieves still push through, and these side takes and retakes are bloody. Yeah. Teams are right in each other's faces. These smokes clear. They're testing each other to the max, and it is just coming down to the last drop and a few players every single time as we're now at round 9, 4-4 here on map 2. Just that pit's going to be left for MTA. Slowing it down with that basic 4-1 here from 100 Thieves. They don't even leave. Actually, a bang over there for Eve for their long.
Piss around setup pretty much now for Crew. The difference is they don't have the alarm bot out towards the B main, so they do have some players needed to face that angle. And the jump spot, you see it from the mini-map coming out here from MTA, so all of this pressure might be good because this is the perfect stack on this orb tap. Door, although not being broken up. They're waiting for the turret to actually initiate that. There's the paranoia, but Asuna with the judge close range, and there's the swing out the door. That's a spike down, and a beautiful setup by Crew to shut down 100 Thieves on that control of the C-mount. Although here's the push at the door. MT misses that cross, giving a chance now for Bang for that fight. There's that headshot onto Kestit. And Bucio's now alone in the back one by Heath crouching down for the spray. And Crew take the lead again.
A thrifty coming in from Crew. If you were to rewind the game just a few rounds back, you'd see them playing that same strat outside B. They just weren't able to use it. Reading the map when it's most appropriate, trying to put these little outside the box protocols in. And man, did it pay off. Super smart stuff coming in from MTA to keep the options open here for Crew. And for that round to come back in their favor. We go back and forth again. Now Crew takes the lead, and it's going to be pistols, sheriffs for 100 Thieves here as they're finally economy broken. Just a rubble control will not be fought for this time. And it's going to have to be 100 Thieves on a fact-finding mission here before they feel comfortable on this, their own thrifty to get through this round.
Looks like they thought they had an opportunity here to take down Melzer opening that door. But with that shot gives their position away, and they're like, okay, well, let's just go back to where we could maybe get some pressure on the C side. One-way smoke being thrown by Cryo, allowing Bucio to sneak up and get the headshot on the MTA. Huge start now for 100 Thieves to move inside the C site, the platform mound. Potentially here to play outside of the site because Keston has the showstopper to work with. Door now being opened from the back, shot and taken down by Cryo once again. And that will potentially nullify the usage of that showstopper for Kesnet, unless they want to commit it. Kesnet and Heat already running in. Pain shells now being thrown towards the bend. Snake bite to answer back on the side of the Thieves. And that is it. Last 2 players falling back for Crew. And there'll be a round converted by 100 Thieves with the Thrifty.
Thrifty and a Thrifty. They answer back with one of their own. You have to be kidding me. What is this game right now? That lurking from Boostio too, just catching onto the site, able to easily take down MTA quick, and Heat's gonna be forced to save again. Deja vu for Crew. Jeez. 100 Thieves showing so much more life here on their attack side and that confidence that they're able to bring out. And by confidence, I mean they're not just waiting outside C and trying to work off audio that they hear at A or maybe a step mid. They're creating their own opportunities, which is exactly what was lacking for 100 Thieves last time they played Lotus. They were waiting for opportunities. Let's see if they can create some more here in the last few rounds of the first half. 2 ults per side to be used. This is a very different look from 100 Thieves here. Way back in, just to see if they can get some different movement out of Crew. Okay, 2 away from Nightfall for Heat, and again, they start to just collect in B so they can rotate anywhere off 100 Thieves actions.
They want to fight this. As soon as the smoke dissipates, it's potentially a paranoia and just a run through here with the Haunt.
There.
As now they hear the Prowlers coming out towards B main, though, this might be the call to move forward. But Kesnet is rotating back, ready with the Showstopper just behind his teammate. There's a satchel across with the wall up. Paranoia being thrown on the defensive side, and it looks like we don't want to go for the high risk, high reward of the Showstopper of Kesnet.
Got that little lurk on the left side of the map, still giving out audio, and look where EU's going, instantly booking it back. They can easily hear Shy running out of sight right now through Waterfall, but do they know it's MTA again?
Busio might get picked here. They heard the drop for sure. And there's that easy kill. TP towards the site. He sticks it. Oh my god, that was close. Let go of that one for Cryo. Gonna meet up with the rest of 100 Thieves. Forced now to open the door, but once again, potentially into their trap if they were committed to move inside this B site. Once again, because of this Showstopper for Kesnet. Now just going for the trade off towards that C site, 1 on their side. 3 on 3. Kesnet with the Showstopper. Now Satchel right at the legs of Cryo.
10 seconds.
10 seconds left. Satchel, though, denies that plan for a bit, forcing the stick, runs out of bullets, or switch to the knife, and there's that spring. Heat!
Oh my gosh! Everybody right now should just be walking over and high-fiving Kesnet for the strats on that round. Being able to bump the bomb, being able to get the kill with the Showstopper, causing chaos in the site, and absolutely leaves up the chance for the team, for Crew, to close this one out. The runaway is such a bait there from Shy, because MTA was staying in sight. Here's the jump by, and Busio thought he was free in C.
Busio's always been very confident for the way that he plays as this lurk. I mean, we've seen so many opportunities in his past games against Sentinels as well. It's like, how the hell did he make it behind enemy lines, pushing out towards the mid side, and thought this time around he had an opportunity to do the same thing towards that ramp. And unfortunately not checking his angles, not aware, as you called here, Riv, that it was a perfect bait and switch, and that is probably going to have to be a timeout to go back to some cleaner protocols for this last round. So thankfully, no Showstopper for the retake on the side of Crew, and they still have a lockdown to really just overtake a site.
Right. Loft and Nightfall coming in from Heat if they want to use it. 14 and 6 for him.
Oh, they'll definitely want to use it. We're moving to the last round now, so this might get bloody. This might get bloody.
Let's see what they can do. And if you think about it, if those lurks had almost detected the MTA and C with Shy's runaway earlier, Busio now knows that, right? Is you just educate yourself throughout the game and learn what they're doing. That lurk now into C would be totally different. But with 1 round left, info's hardly usable. They just understand that Crew is going to leave someone inside anchoring really late in the round.
Pistol round set up once again, but for the 3rd time, a slight variation. The alarm bot goes back in front of B, but there's no turret to watch the C side, so the paranoia throw and the pinch could potentially be made off the tap of an orb. Again, leveraging a Nightfall of Heat on top of that. And there it is. Paranoia, Nightfall, hits so many players, and there's a deep look from Bang to try to win that fight. 2 players now falling down for the Thieves, and a huge advantage for Crew to start.
Ooh. Cutting that timeout off. Nicely done. And now 3 members of 100 Thieves figuring out where to go on the map. All they have was C usually on these and B, so everything has to be retaken without using their utility. And Crew look like they're going to grab a 7-5. A hell of a fight from the defensive side. Crew, at one point, 100 Thieves had a few in their favor, but still bring it back here as we watch these final frags of the round.
It could still happen. Remember what just happened on Icebox previously. They lost a 2 versus 4. They lost a 2 versus 5 for Crew this time. There's even an extra body for the Thieves, and on top of that, the lockdown is still available. So despite getting 2 first bloods on Crew's side in this round, there's still an important ult in the hands of 100 Thieves here.
Oh, that was a 3-ping? Crazy hard.
But this pit is not going to do too much. That lockdown is going to force them away unless he just wants to stay stuck in that with the support that he has from the rest of the players. There's 13 seconds left. Smokes are being drawn out. EU's just waiting on the other side of the Hobbit. And as now, We attempt to go for the plant. There's the C's. There's no need to follow up. Door has been broken. It's not being checked. EU with the first kill. Swings out on the second one. It is doable once again for the Thieves. Cryo holding outside of the smoke. There's one hiding inside of it, and that's going to be Heat. EU with a third into the round. Heat finally answers back, but it's perfect trade for 100 Thieves. They've turned it around. It's up to MTA alone now. Cryo inside of the tree. Tap on that spike. Sees, pushes MTA away, and there's that wide swing converted by 100 Thieves as Crew lets another advantage floral.
Who else picks the pockets on an unwinnable round? It's 100 Thieves to do it again. We saw it on Icebox. We see it here on Lotus. They stave off a 7-5, and they give us the clean 6-6 first half. And by clean, I mean both teams were throwing some haymakers in these. They needed the star power in strats. They had great protocols from both sides. They were reading each other really well. What a start to the second map.
And this is tournament life on the line for both of these teams, but you do have that one map advantage currently for 100 Thieves. Crew have to turn it back right around here as the score is tied 6-6, and it will resume after the break.
Yo creo que los otros equipos siempre ven que somos un equipo fuerte, pero que no podemos hacer los partidos, entonces como que nos juegan de igual a igual como si fuera un equipo bastante importante para ellos, porque cada vez que perdemos o ganamos contra ellos nos tiran comentarios positivos, entonces creo que siempre nos juegan como si fuéramos un equipo realmente bueno.
That's definitely it. Every team that plays against Crew Visa, despite the sporadic string of wins and strings of losses that comes out of this team, they're always going to be a team that's going to make you sweat for these victories.
Right.
And you've currently seen it here in this first half of Lotus, and at the same time, how much value they could also bring as a team in these swings. But now, they take the attack side, and they played against Cloud9 when it was an 11-1.5. They hopefully have cooked something new today.
It's funny, we've heard other teams say that too, but receiving, being on the receiving end of just getting basically looked at page after page, so they know their strats, they would pregame prep everything, but only because the team had lost and then they were playing a certain team. Here, Crew is like, why does everybody prep so hard against us if everybody doesn't think we're that good? Well, they are that good. That's why teams prep. Crazy, crazy stuff. See what they can get on this one, and Crew have done their prep too. It just means they have to prep hard as well, knowing that every team's going to be gunning for them. It's no joke when Crew gets into an LCQ run or a playoff run with these players. Towards C to start. We're going to get Crew on the attack side now. 100 Thieves over onto defense. Would you believe a 4-1 to start us off? Don't actually have, oh, we do have Austin as Sheriff, okay. Just looking around. Usually it's Boostio, but he's on a shorty this round, so he's gonna stay close. Everything is about waterfall and getting somebody to turn in him for there.
Yeah, he went 2 nanos and armored as well, so he's trying to play the jiggle, trying to do some damage with the nanos, get a shorty. If he falls back, I'm sure there's a classic towards waterfall for that round, but definitely a stalemate to start things off. We're at the minute mark, and everybody from Crew are still holding back towards the spawn. As finally here in the mid round, starting to scale up towards the mound. Alarm bot to watch a flank potentially now, giving a tell that the commitment is going to be the C site for Crew. There's that paranoid close range. Lucio still waiting, but just inside that smoke makes a little bit of noise, and there's that classic. Snake bite held him back for a bit, and here comes a whole pop, the huge pop.
Ooh, the fake. Nobody bites.
But Bang will out towards the band. 3, 4 swinging out from Crew. And that's 2 down, 400 Thieves. And Seaside opened up for a plant.
Oh, that was chunky.
Good damage. 7 left here for Kesnet in terms of HP. Some Sheriff damage being done, but into the post plant. Really good for Crew. On the whole execution of Flawless on top of that.
Vans, what's your over-under on the fact that they heard him pick up a weapon there just on the other side of the wall? Not a single person went to Boostio. I think they heard the little tick of the gun getting picked up. And very smart comms play. Everybody loops back a sight. Yeah, they take some nade damage, but the round win is A++ here. They get some good shots in, and they clean that one up. All right, Crew start off with a pistol. They should be able to get this second round unless the Thrifties continue to go the way of the low buy. Guardians, Vandals, holy moly. They are taking out loans just to get into this. They want to keep guns throughout that bonus, so Crew playing this one probably very slow. Want to keep everybody alive here.
Cover going out. Yeah, it seems like they're refinancing their house on this buy.
so deep into the weapons. And think about it, the way 100 Thieves have been hitting this many, or just a few Sheriffs, they combine those shots and you could have one of those Vandals for yourself. So,
but it's a perfect read so far for the Thieves. One hiding behind the tree, EU just waiting across, but no Prowler, no C, so it's really classic in Sheriff. Austin with pain shells, but because of this angle, I don't think he wants to throw those pain shells. A wrap around from Crew, contact play, close range as Bang gets picked off. MTA with the second in the round, and finally Austin is going to get spotted. Oh, what an entry, what a round by MTA. A nice little anti-eco, Flawless, and yeah, you're gonna be able to just pay the bank back after that.
Yeah, you easily pay the bank back. Did they have UAP on that round? It's like every turn they hit, there was a player there. MTA was just absolutely laser beaming people. Good Lord. That was unexpected for especially for the setup that 100 Thieves had there. You think one member of Crew goes down. But yeah, you can see Adam just absolutely pumped up there. Turn it up to 11. And Crew's trying to right now. They're going to go back towards A here to, again, just tempt. Same strat. A little bit of a push. Let's see what the reaction is from 100 Thieves. We do not have an operator coming out. And I don't think we're going to be seeing one.
Kraus behind the boxes and was trying to get that spray TPs out, which allows EU to break the door and take down Melzer. And that's huge because that's no smokes for Crew to set up now for an execution.
What are these weapons on the right side? Still low armor for what's guarding on that C site. It's just going to be Bang for now. The team moving into more of an anchor position on defense for 100 Thieves as Crew are setting up for that offensive attack. Oh, and they've chosen right. Soft site, it's just Bang.
No utility, though. Trying to play the contact. There's finally a hot being thrown. Bang's position. Surrendered, given up. Especially with the boom bot, but somehow still manages to win that duel against Heat. Snakebite on the ground. Another one-on-one. Finally a double swing, but here it comes. Crew and are able to take the C site for now. Elise towards the bend. Shy is heavily wounded. Paranoia out on the defensive side. Now it's time for 100 Thieves to counteract. Turn around for EU in a 1 versus 2. Beautiful shots coming out from Crew. A chance to still win. Shy just waiting for EU for the peak. EU only has 2 bullets.
2 incredible clutchers in this game right now against each other.
10 seconds left.
10 seconds left.
EU's gonna play it safe and Shy was going for the top swing for sure, and EU was cold the whole time.
Wow. I'm sure they couldn't relay too much damage onto him too. So yeah, wanting to at least get an eye on EU, something, but a smart play. Keeps distance. Waiting for the plan anyways, it would have seemed like. Good replay on this. Bang to be in the back of sight. Actually super heady from Bang to step up there. Because when you're coming around that corner, a team expects you to kind of play on the platform. You're not going to be swinging into water. But swinging down into water is definitely what caught Crew off guard, dwindled their numbers, and got that damage onto Shy, so EU could collect. Really big stuff just coming together here. In small steps for 100 Thieves on these rounds, but we're going to see a Crew B hit possibly here. Spike's down, so there's going to be a push and pull for now.
Definitely lots of utility being used at the very beginning. breaking all util towards the B side. Wall coming up now on the defensive side. But really for Crew, working around that map, focusing on an orb. And now having players inserted in different areas. You still see Melzer up towards this side, and Asuna. Although you had players insert up towards B, this is Asuna with a judge close range.
Oh boy.
Not checked. It would have probably went so deep, and somehow Asuna survives and falls back. There's not too much damage that he was able to do there against Crew with the surprise judge.
Yeah, I think they shocked each other for a moment. Quick hit. B door open in the end, and possibly an end B here as they're going to try to get a little fake towards C going on and get these players rotated on the side of 100 Thieves. Melzer.
Catches Cryo off guard as Cryo was trying to get a paranoia for the C side. Best he could do was that, but at least there's players for 100 Thieves. What just happened?
What in the world?
What just happened? Everybody just popped and died towards front B.
I think the door hit him on the way out. That's what it looked like. That door opened from 100 Thieves, and it was just a slaughter inside that tunnel in front side B. 100 Thieves are reacting very fast right now. And they're really not letting Crew feel like they have any space, to be honest.
There was nothing coming in from the B side. It was just Musu and Bang at the bend. Just spraying them all down.
Okay, back towards A. Scuffle? No, just a hang. Cryo, though, playing some elevation.
Good at this angle. Usually gets a pop shot here. Only saw this time not quick enough on a reaction, but at least spotted Keston jumping across. So that's Duelist on that side. Potentially now keeping 100 Thieves heavier towards this an A side hold. You can definitely see it here. The rotate out from Asuna down towards the staircase. Comes down now to the lurk activation, a double push coming out from Crew. But there's no util to come cross with it. Bang just waiting on the other side. Ooh. Almost feels like the murmurs here coming out. They felt something on Crew's side. Smokes dissipates. There's that contact play. Wall comes up. It's spotted too. But Try was still able to get instruct slightly inside this B site. Now forced to commit.
Good positioning.
And there's the high-low. Perfect now for the trade. 100 Thieves still with the upper hand, especially now that MTA has fallen by the hands of Cryo on the lurk. No opportunities to go in for a plant on this Thrifty for Crew. And once again, 100 Thieves, they take the lead.
Whoa. A little bit of a back and forth there. Cryo getting the 1v1 on the right side of the map. Definitely been some criticism towards why isn't he on a jet? Obviously here on Lotus, that's not going to be the composition. But people have always said, oh, there's the smokes. It's not going to be as good as a Cryo. It's not. Yeah. No, 14-11, stepping up, anchoring the left side. Been doing a big, big job there on Lotus for 100 Thieves. And the rest of the team too. Bang's 15-13, playoff Bang here to play. As the team continues to pull back rounds after Crew gets a few. At this, though, this has been second half. 1, 2, 3 for the side of 100 Thieves here to start us off.
Crew are definitely feeling the pressure now because of this timeout being called. The first one by Crew on this map. They still have another in the bank. Same thing for 100 Thieves. But again, remember, Crew, they're falling behind not only by one round on this map, but one map in the series. And them losing this series will be the first time in all of the history of all the champs that we've had here in the VCTs that Crew will not attend. And they're looking for an opportunity here to defeat 100 Thieves and secure the 4th spot to join their LATAM compatriots to move into champs in Seoul. And for 100 Thieves, looking to make the return as well, 4 out of the 5 to come back onto the championship stage, as they will allow EU to taste the championship stage as well. Moving up from challengers, picked up here by M80. And now potentially to move to champs with 100 Thieves. As now on the attack sign after the timeout, Crew playing it very cautiously. It's time for them to feel the heat, to feel that pressure.
My ult's ready.
And to not be as explosive as we know that Crew could be.
Big hits here for the site. If they just don't want to get in with a lockdown, they do it with Showstopper, and they're going to see who's there to play before they get in.
It's definitely a setup. A setup to push out. Boombot to move forward towards the mound. I was just about to mention that triple setup, the high-lows, was probably potentially right there to deny that showstopper coming in. We stay on a 4 versus 4.
It's a little aggressive at C. I think everybody takes a breath after that. The door open here from Melzer as the play to C happens. It doesn't even look like they feel like that door is a problem on the side of 100 Thieves. They're still staying. They're just going to have EU check to make sure there's no hard B lurk.
Will just be a split inside the door. This is perfect right now. What 100 Thieves want for Crew to deplete their showstopper early. Deplete even the lockdown early.
Lockdown.
Very interesting plays. But also it gives a chance now for Crew to set up the play towards Hobbit. And taking down the players on the A side would not allow the Nightfall to be used here on the defensive side retake.
I love the positioning already. Just if they stay in sight after putting a lockdown that early, it's useless. They have to gain some ground. Shy facing the wall, anti-flash, but also just being a little rat here.
Yeah, they're trying to leverage Kezit to be the bait. And there's a Nightfall. And that, because of that, he still gets 2 kills.
One enemy remaining.
And even the third one somehow. The Nightfall should have seen him, and he's able to play close range and just dome 3 players of 100 Thieves and allow Crew to tie up the game.
Jeez. Just basically feeling like he's hiding until he looks down at his feet and his shoes get tied together. Didn't even matter. Yeah, the peak push there was crazy, but you can't fault. You got to try things certain times, get an upper hand in the round. It just looks that much crazier because we have an even score round after round here at 9-9. So anything I think anybody does outside team protocol just feels crazy. Still got to see it. We still got to have that play though. Quickly out Melzer onto Rubble, and they're not going to get too much worse for wear here off any utility coming in from the A stop from 100 Thieves. But we do have a lurk here. 100 Thieves get proactive on C long. Shy's going to find out.
Shy's going to find out the first duel and also see Boostio move up. No opportunities to trade it out. Boostio forced to fall back in ADS to cover that area. So wounded are 100 Thieves to start off the round number 19. Look at the positioning. You see here from Cryo, he has to kind of go back and forth at this point and can't add that extra support into the A site, especially when they don't have a paranoia to help for the hold. They're just going to have to potentially gamble now where this hit from Crew would come from.
I like this thought already from Crew. I mean, he took one down here. Chances are, yes, they're still a player, but do they fully rebolster the site? Probably not. So you're more than likely getting that one player. Boostio is forced to back up, but he has his util to play around here, Van Silly. Uh-oh.
30 seconds.
No, he doesn't.
That's my fault. That's my fault. I'm sorry. That's me.
Crew made it in. This will be a plant. And also you can see it here. It's a Kesnet plant. Very similar playstyle to 100 Thieves where you have so many players close to these ults on MTA, on Heat, on Melzer. But they do give a lot of value to the showstopper right now on their raise. Again, for both of these teams, and you definitely see it for the last 3 of 100 Thieves. Although isolated and separated, they're going to save their weapons now and forfeit the round to Crew.
What incredible stuff from Crew, too. Again, another round in their favor, but this is MTA coming in late to the season and being able to adjust with the team. Yes, had played with it before, understands the mentality and how to align with what the team wants to do from being there. But it's a different story to make it happen. And we're seeing it here from Crew. Another round for them is Melzer gets a little bit of a lurk on an Omen diff. But yeah, the round we saw them go C to A and then door to B, right? And then this round, it's pretty incredible things they're coming up with here. Right after the bonus is won by 100 Thieves, Crew do grab 2 rounds of their own. Just hatch that nade. Unfortunate. Looks like we will get a timeout here. On the side, 100 Thieves. Zix likes to get in early and set things up for the team, and you can easily kind of get an idea of what is affecting the team and what his Crew is using to get an advantage.
Yeah, I felt like Boostio
actually
felt
Zix
some sort of
quiet.
Yeah, I think it's all really on the conversation here around what Boostio and the rest of the team, what have they been seeing so far. I mean, the double push that we saw towards that C mound that got punished here by Shy, that's one of the first high-risk plays that 100 Thieves kind of did without getting really information on how they set up here for Crew on watching these flanks.
Right.
And it didn't pay off. It didn't pay off. They lost a round because of that, and now it's time to go back to, okay, maybe we have to use more utility or go back to the default of let's get our util, let's hold the A side, let's get the one-way smokes, the default Lotus that you can play here with this composition here for the Thieves.
All right. Looking at the economy, Crew is stacked right now, like 5,000 almost across the board. 2 members just bought, so they're at 2,500, but no problems there. Pretty low money for 100 Thieves here, so they could be in a position to suffer with these rounds to come if they cannot get through healthy. Just a watch now still from Shy Vans. Watch that flank. They know 100 Thieves wants to try things. They just want to give everybody that's pushing up on A free time.
This is not bad, though, from how things are going here for the setup for 100 Thieves to get information. Double up towards the mound. There's a Prowler to lisp out towards B main.
Yeah.
If there was contact, you're set up with the Paranoia to try to pinch that area. Well, for the rest, you could anchor up a little bit more deeply inside the A site because you have the alarm bot watching the staircase. So they are trying to go for, once again, some risky plays on stacks because they have this lower buy and trying to capitalize out of that. And it's a judge close.
They're trying to play this crossfire again with Tree and fake out to the right flank or right peak.
Nano Swarm pushes Asuna out, but the door has closed. So that's going to reset things, though. Look at him hide back behind the tree. And Busio just winning with the judge. There's a seize. It catches one. He swings out and didn't realize there was 3 players there. Judge is not going to do anything. Busio melted by the snake bite. And now it's up to EU alone inside the site. Cryo long range from heaven with the
30
Guardian.
seconds left.
And you still see Cruz slightly hesitating, being fairly cautious to move inside the site. EU now avoiding the turret, trying to walk up. There's the Paranoia, but Bowser's waiting at the staircase for the backstab. And that will not give any chance here for 100 Thieves. I don't think this is going to be a 2 versus 5 that 100 Thieves could convert this time around because everybody is so close and tight-knit for Crew.
And the timeout doesn't matter. The fact that they threw the nade at Tree and were able to clear Tree so easily, think back to Crew's defense. They run that same positioning. I mean, a lot of people do. It's a really good crossfire here as we see the final shots. But the fact that they just threw a nade at Asuna's feet, that's crazy. Can't ask for more for Crew right now, especially coming out of 100 Thieves timeout to just snuff out that momentum so they don't feel anything from it. A few ultimates for Crew to use here in the next round. And, you know, if Asuna hadn't gotten chipped by that nade, he probably could have almost gotten a collat there. Probably could have almost. Really leaving it up to chance. All right. Stingers around, and the Guardian for Busio.
They are mine.
And keeping their economy within range of being able to purchase, but still, that's Crew's favor right now. Back to this 4-1. They like the way that 100 Thieves is answering it. It's not giving Crew that much pressure, and they don't have to sweat anything all the way up to orb each time.
They definitely have been looking like clean rounds for Crew on how they're attacking these past few rounds.
Shadows traveling.
And albeit it was a broken buy for 100 Thieves, another broken buy for them this time around. And they're playing for the tie. They want to try to force this into overtime unless able to convert the lower buy with Stingers. This half buy that they bring out.
Man, Crew actually set up really well here to close this one out and bring us to a third map. Alts, money, the momentum of the game. So they swap the 4-1, inserting Heat. That means Heat's going to have some type of a ruse play, right? This haunt goes over towards A. Oh, it's going to be a full Nightfall. And he tags so many, you're right.
And that's definitely, okay, pedal to the metal. Let's move in towards the C site. Or picked up meanwhile by Kesden, and it might even give him a spike. Indeed, he has it on his back. He'll activate it. When you talk about how important these ults could be, yes, they have these set up if they don't need to use it into the next round. Lurk here by Heat, spotted now by the turret.
Kesnick got his, planting.
Now we'll have to see here for 100 Thieves in the lower buy on the retake. If it forces out these ults, this is pretty good. It's up. Actually, a turnaround by 100 Thieves. There's only 1 player left somehow. Heat now hit by the Prowler, gets the headshot onto EU. Cryo goes for the defuse, and that's a lockdown. That's a win here for the Thieves.
Absolutely wild. Too many cooks in the kitchen on that one. A little too forward from Shy and Kesden at the same time. They get caught up in the showstopper. Feels good to get a double kill, but not that type of double kill. All right, so 100 Thieves actually, they stop it. We did not see that coming on the Stinger Guardian round, Van Silly. Give me a break. Crazy stuff. Honestly, after that chaos, the Stingers are the best thing to have when you're running into sight. Just W and mouse 1. Results will come. All right, spikes down in A lobby. A little bit of push and pull around here from Crew as they know this is getting tight. A few more rounds of this economy and they won't be able to do too much if 100 Thieves get that game point.
Such a huge cushion there by 100 Thieves by converting that round with 4 players still alive and the first blood in this round. Crew's still healthy. Still good to buy in the next should they lose this one here. Although 100 Thieves this time around has a showstopper to work with, a great opportunity to tie up the game with it, as all of them are converting towards Asuna. Asuna misses a spray fight against Shy, who gets 3 kills and a lockdown activated for his side, should they choose to use it for Crew. How are these fights being won so far?
I think that's a great point because it looked like they almost wanted to put lockdown right away, but realizing more rounds to play, get together so they can collectively use it and know the timing. So this is going to be the push into sight. They just have to worry about that drop, and the pings are already there.
Smart. It's in that corner, and they have a snake bite as well for if they want to use it for MTA. And there you go. He gets shot in there.
Spike planted.
Now it's Bang. Able to rappel down silently. Here's the footsteps of 2 players towards tree. Doesn't know if there's a third one. It'll be a surprise. Shy with a 4K pit coming up. And it's Busio alone now with the turret. Walking inside that pit, slowly decaying down. Tap onto it. There's a spray that smells her that seals the ace. But Crew doesn't care. They want the map in their favor.
You mentioned Shy there. The 4K from him recently in that round. The flank watch, winning the 1v1 duels, incredibly important on their attack side, on Crew's attack side right now, coming from Shy. 23 and 15 from him, cleaning up 100 Thieves members across the board. And they grab another one, Vance. Game point here. It has been a slugfest of a Lotus map between 100 Thieves and Crew, and we might even get that ascent for our decider. Crew's going to push out towards A, actually roaming a bit towards B. It's one of the first times here in the last few rounds, if not their first.
So they're trying to bait out the showstopper. The spike's already dropped down towards the spawn, so they're trying to work the map for Crew's attack side. And really, for 100 Thieves, they're not biting into any type of early utility being thrown yet. They want to confirm where the hit's going to be. They need the showstopper to add value to this round because they have, once again, a broken buy. Stinger and Bulldog in the hands of Bang and Asuna, respectively.
Oof.
As with the map point for Crew, you need this round to be pristine on the defensive side.
Looks like one of those wild rounds that'll eventually end B here for Crew. They already tried to get a blast pact utility destroy on C, but Busio has placed his utility a bit deeper to not be affected by that just right away. So door does get open. They're using previous round strats here to get themselves around the map and not for the initial protocol. So they're trying to run 100 Thieves thin on defense.
Position's not the best here for Asuna. He's playing on the staircase. He might get caught. He's already got sprayed. Pain shells in, forced to come out. Showstopper close, there's the haunt, and not dodged by Kesden, but at least Melzer is there. Oil once again, EU opens the door and breaks it up. Fight towards the B side, pinch from Crew inside, and now swing it back! Jose! Cryo saves the day!
Oh my gosh! The way that Crew Visa was just jumping through there, he trying to get the jump peaks for the teammate. That usually they're so confident you just see a team take a round at that point, but no, Cryo. He held that, and then a slight little transition there at the end too as they collided on each other. Woo. Beautiful stuff. A necessary round there, staving off defeat. 100 Thieves stays here on Lotus, and we're gonna get a timeout from Crew. Ooh.
All the marbles in this round. Crew needing to close the map. That's something also that Kesnet just talked about when we came back from his halftime, when we had a chance to speak with him. Always given respect here by their opponents, but they always seem to be known to be a team that's not able to finish out maps. And now with this timeout, with championships in Seoul on the line, Crew needs to stave this last hold from 100 Thieves. If not, their dreams of going back to Champions is gone.
Okay, so let's think what has worked for Crew, right? They've got a lot of B strategies that were late in the round that worked. Some not necessarily needing a kill, but definitely were assisted by one kill at C, I think, to start that round, or A. They've had C, played with B door. The A strats are their slowest, and I think give 100 Thieves the most time to set up a defensive protocol to stop over there. We don't see any ults on the board. Bang's the closest one on deck with the Viper's Pit here. And Crew are going to try to go for that A again. This is the last time they played this. This is where Shy came up with the 1v1 at C.
It's not that quick coming through from Crew. It's a TP across, no satchels forward. But it is at least a tempo quick enough to potentially explode when this wall comes down. And there's the first. There's a second and a third.
Bands.
This is going to be it right here. I mean, look at the HP. Look at the players. It's easy right now for Crew to go for a plant. Tasting now the third map as a spike goes down on the A site. The last two players of 100 Thieves, Bang and Boostio. They've converted before a 2 versus 5 on Icebox, but now their positions have been given up by the Nightfall. And look how safe they're playing it. 3 players towards the tree. And as everybody's deafened on the defensive side, they're just so afraid of any players pushing, but this is perfect for Crew. No chance, really, as they need a miracle now for 100 Thieves to convert this round. It's not going to happen as Boostio is now the last player standing. There's not enough time onto the spike. Pad up the stats, get those kills, but it's over there. Crew will be able to push this onto Ascent.
Beautiful Lotus play from Crew. Again, shout out to MTA coming in at the end of the season, able to route Crew around the attack and defense of the side of 100 Thieves. And you have to admit there was a big return on investment there as Adam came in with the timeouts. The timeouts were so big for Crew here to settle down and get themselves in place to make sure we got to Ascent. What a game from Shy, 25 and 17 from the Sentinel.
Confidence is definitely coming back for Crew. Ascent is once again going to be a brawl. And I can't wait to see who's going to come out on top.
Step into the ring.